Well, the grain started out with a great deal of enthusiasm this morning, let's call it that. And are they hanging on to that? Well, let's find out by welcoming Todd Bubba Horwitz to the show, and we'll take a look at our current prices here with our quotes provided by Bar Chart. First of all, on the corn market right now. Let's take a quick peek here, and we have May corn still 11 higher. That active July contract, 9 3/4 higher. We're at 5.76 1/4. We are off our earlier high by about 3.5 cents right now. December, 4 3/4 higher, trading at 5.09 per bushel. Big moves in the soybean trade today. Nearby May is 20.5 higher. July, 17 3/4 higher at 14.02.5. And November new crop soybeans now 13.5 cents higher at 12.64 3/4. That would be off our earlier high by about 6.5 cents or so. Now let's take a look at our wheat. And in Chicago, you have the July contract there now showing a trade of 6.50 even per bushel. That's up 16.5 cents. Look at them go. In the Kansas City market, you have the July contract now trading at 6.11 1/4. And that would be 18.5 cents higher. Now, we had been as high as 6.16, so we're off of that by about a nickel now. In Minneapolis spring wheat trade, we have July now 14 3/4 higher at 6.70 3/4. In the cotton market, we have the July now 85 points higher at 84.04 cents per pound. December up 48 points. So they're getting into the game as well. Well, let's talk with Todd here about our current market action here. You know, everybody's talking cold weather this morning, but anybody that has been tuned in here to RFD TV and Rural Radio knows we've been talking about that for a week already.
Well, that's why you always got to stay tuned to RFD TV. What's up, Marlon? How are you? Good morning. And look, they're strong. They figured to be strong, and they look like they want to break once again to the upside, which is fairly predictable as they've been trending, you know, pretty dramatically higher with the exception of wheat, but even wheat is joining in on the party. Corn and beans have been, you know, relatively strong, and look, they're pushing higher. And soybeans came off support and are pushing up, and corn actually looks like it wants to put in another new high today. You know, again, this is very characteristic of markets like this, especially this time of year, very volatile time of year to begin with. And you bring in a little weather issue into it, and suddenly you get these expansions of a price, and that's what I think we're seeing today.
Do you think there's going to be much change in the way that the nearby spreads are in relationship to the new crop contracts? You know, they had that big compression here a while back and then an expansion here in the last few days. But are we at a point of equilibrium in the spreads yet or not?
I think for now, but again, I think that eventually the outs will, you know, surpass as they should. You know, we'll get out of this, you know, a little bit of backwardation and get back into the contango formation, which is, you know, obviously a more bullish formation. But you get the short-term demand. But I think that you're going to see demand is going to continue to rise, and I think that's going to obviously continue to help pump prices. And you know, we've gone from that dramatic oversupply we had for quite a while to now, you know, very close, and suddenly any weather issue, and you're going to see, I think, some dramatic expansion in prices. And I think that's what we're going to continue to see. I think the market certainly leans to the upside, and everything points to most likely higher prices.
Interesting stuff. Thank you for joining us. Todd Bubba Horwitz of BubbaTrading.com. We'll be back and take a look at livestock right after this.